All right, let's see if I can do this without you guys hearing both. And now I can see people. Y'all are so beautiful. Thank you for being patient with me tonight. Great information I have to share with you. Let's see if I can. All right. Let's get started. It is module 2, and I hope everybody has been able to get with their accountability partners. They have printed out their worksheets from last week. I've got a couple of mine right here that I'm going to show you. If you have not done your customer avatar or you're getting clear about your target market, I highly recommend it because it's going to be really difficult to get it to this week's module because everything that was in foundational training and with module really affects you being able to do this. Now, I am going to be honest. I am like you. I promise. I am just like you. Often I have tried to skip some of these things because I didn't know the answer, and it really has affected me from being able to do some of the things I would just kind of skip over. Do not skip. This is for your own good to be able to help others. I just something different than I've been listening to, and she just kept saying, if you do not know who your avatar is, it's going to be really hard to move forward. Over and over, I'm hearing this. So make sure before you start Module 2 assignments that you do the foundational training in Module 1. So our Module 2 training goal is how to write your own reverse invite message to attract prospects to you. That's why you joined this beta test group in the first place, is you wanted to get started. Do what? Heard somebody, but I wasn't sure if y'all were talking to me or someone else. But everybody here was wanting to attract prospects. So that is what this training is going to be about. So what we have right now is the 5 steps to RIM formula. RIM is either reverse invite message or reverse invite formula. It's what we're going to be putting together. These are the 5 steps, and we want to make sure we know who our target audience is. That's what we talked about last week. Okay, how to talk to your target market. One of my favorite things we're going to talk about is market awareness and your market attraction story. I see that Lisa just said, I was confused about the avatar page. Should I talk to you later? I am going to talk about it a little bit, and I'm going to share with you mine. So maybe you'll understand, but Lisa, if you still don't understand, make sure that you let me know later and we can try and get over that. But it might be a little more explanatory as we go through it. C was your market attraction story. So you are going to put your own together, and we'll talk about that. Step 2 is what? That's our pains, our struggles, and our challenge. Step 3 is how, solutions, education, value. Step 4, benefits, our dreams, desires, wants. And step 5 is call to action. You are going to, we're going to go through all of these tonight, and I think you're really going to understand each part of this better. So before we get into today's lesson, let's review attraction marketing because that is our main goal. So I love this. Nobody who bought a drill actually wanted a drill. They wanted a hole. Therefore, if you want to sell drills, you should advertise information about making holes, not information about drills. I know for me, this is like such a paradigm shift because we think, okay, I want to everybody to know about peppermint, and so I'm going to tell them all about peppermint oil. But what people want to hear is how we can help them, and then share the peppermint oil. So 92% of people that go online are looking for information, not to buy. Who here, you can just put in the chat me if you'd like, love to get on Google to find what they're looking for. Okay, I will say this weekend, I am not sure how many times I Googled something with my husband and I in our RV for the first night because we really don't have directions. We just had, if you need anything, just Google it. So we pretty much figured everything out by Googling it. Okay, so I've got Tina and Rebecca, Katja and Virginia and Teresa, everybody's saying me. So just know that that's what people are going online for, is information. They're not going online to buy an oil, just letting you know, okay? Selling equals talking about your thing. Marketing equals talking about your prospect, your target, your audience. So what if you had the information, your solution, okay, they were looking for, and you gave it to them? That is value. What do you think would happen? Remember, people love to buy, but they hate to be sold. So if you sell drills, what free information could you give them? How about maybe something like how to drill a hole without making a mess? I would like to know how to drill a hole without making a mess. Anybody else? Okay. But after you give them that information, guess what? They're going to need a drill, because probably step 1 or step 2 is you need a drill to make a hole without a mess. So what if you ask them, if I could show you the best drill to make a hole without making a mess, would you be interested? What do you think would happen? I'd love to hear on chat here. What do you think they would say? I would think they would probably say yes. Tell me. Yes, right? So why? Why would they go to you? Anybody know why they would want to go to you instead of somebody else to find out what the perfect drill is? Do you think that maybe if you just shared how to make a hole without making a mess, they are now looking at you as the expert, right? You have the information now, someone said. Sue says because you answered their need. Lisa, because we have solved the same problem, okay? So whenever you are able to help somebody see what you have to offer them, then they're more likely to listen, okay? Experts are people that don't know anything, really. I mean, why would you go to somebody that's like, I don't really know how to drill a hole, but here's a drill, right? So I know a lot of times in network marketing, people say you don't be the expert. Now, I want you to know that, again, this may be like the reverse, because people don't tend to go to somebody that doesn't know anything, okay? So we want to have something that we know. What you don't want to do is pretend you're an expert in something you know nothing about. But everyone is an expert in something. So guess what? I'm an expert at being Shauna. Okay, I would love to hear, and this does not, again, have to be oil related, but if you feel like you're an expert at something, I want you to put it in the chat box. All right? So the best part, okay, there is a good part to this, is you just need to find one thing that you're an expert on, not everything. All right? Your brand is who you are and how you can best serve each other. So I know a lot of people are like, I don't really understand this branding thing. Branding is who you are. So when I said I'm an expert at Shauna, my brand is Shauna, and then it would be all the things that I am good at, all the things I'm an expert. I love this. Conscious language, sewing and embroidery, organization. Sunshine says having children. Love it. All right. So when we have something to offer people, Teresa, delinquent children. I am sure there's some people out there that would love to know how to deal with delinquent children, Teresa. So I'm sure you've heard this before, but your biggest asset in your business is not your products, your opportunity. It is you. All right? So you can have a business and do the stuff, or you can be your business and enjoy what you do and have what you want. So remember, you are your brand. Your expertise in different areas is what makes you who you are and what's going to bring people, attracting people to you. All right? So your business is your brand. Like I said, it's your face. All right? So having your face on Facebook. I would love to hear if anybody went through the personal Facebook or the business Facebook and went through the different lists to make sure that you have your Facebook up to date and kind of where it needs to be. If you don't have your face on it, people aren't going to know who you are, right? Your energy, your passion, your confidence, your solution is the key to your brand. Now, again, like I was saying, I was listening to someone earlier, and this is an area that I feel like a lot of times we're missing out on because we are trying to help everybody, and we think that we just want to be able to solve everybody's problems. Okay, so we know there's the good old saying, and there's an oil for everything, right? I want to use someone like Lucy Libido. Okay, if you have ever listened or watched any of Lucy Libido's things, or I think I have a book right here somewhere of hers. Yep, there it is. She is targeting women, right? Possibly some men too, that are interested in improving things maybe in the bedroom, right? Now, is that going to hit everybody? No. But that's okay because it hits a big market and it's specific, and she has built her business on that. Okay, you don't have to be the next Lucy Libido. I'm just giving you an example in our Young Living business. All right, so your business is you serving others, it's building relationships, it's providing ongoing value, it's solving problems, and it's becoming a highly valued individual. All right, this is your brand, who you are. So again, we're going to talk about this 5-step RIM formula, and step number 1 is who? Our target audience. Now, who is your person? If you did these 2 things, you're going to know who your who is. If you didn't do those, I'm going to talk a little bit more now about that. So your who, before you do anything, you need to uncover the type of person that you're looking for. Remember, not everyone is your perfect prospect. If you try to market to everyone, you're attracting no one. You want to think about what are the core motivators of your perfect prospect. Now, remember, no one out there is going to be the perfect prospect, but that's where you're going to start. How does your product, service, or opportunity benefit those core motivators? If you did the foundational training and module 1 assignments, then you know who your who is. And I would love to hear at least 1, if not 2 people, unmute themselves so that we can hear you tell us a little bit about your avatar. Okay? So I'm looking here. Anybody going to raise their hand or unmute themselves and let us know a little bit about your avatar?
Shauna, I will.
Okay. Who is this?
This is Christine.
Hi, Christine. Tell me a little bit about your avatar.
Okay, my avatar is a mom that works full time and has kids that who's super busy and doesn't have time to clean and needs shortcuts and easy toxic-free ways to clean her house.
Awesome. I love that, especially since we talked about you last week a little bit.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anybody else out there? I want you guys to be listening to what some of these people have chosen for their avatar. So anybody else? I don't hear anybody. Is there anybody? I would love at least 1 more person. Sunshine, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Trying to get to my unmute.
Okay.
Okay. Is my video on? I can't even see. Okay, there we are.
I can't see you, but I'm not. There you are.
Okay, so my person is someone who is looking to make a change, someone who is kind of desperate, and they have kids. They are about 40 years old, and they're just really frustrated with where they're at. And so when I was going through it all, I found out that that's exactly where I was whenever I got into Young Living. Like, I was frustrated. I didn't feel good. I wasn't the mom I wanted to be, and there was a lot of pressure for me to perform. I was real hard on myself, and so I'm looking for that person that just needs to know that they have choices and solutions for their problems.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, you bet.
All right. So I am going to share my avatar, okay? And Sunshine is my accountability partner, and we talked about these things last week. So my avatar, I put down a 38-year-old mom married with 3 kids, 3, 8, and 15. She works outside the home and is exhausted. Her dream is to be healthy, full of energy, and home full-time with her children. All right? So, what's interesting is it wasn't until a couple of hours after I put this together that I realized my avatar was me 10 years ago. So just like Sunshine, her realizing after what she had written, I had texted her saying this, she's like, me too. So we had the same thing happen, all right? The only difference in my story is that my oldest would have been 13 instead of 15. When I was thinking about this avatar, this person that I was putting together that I feel like I can best serve, I thought, I think this person is between 25 and 55. So I really was just picking a middle number between that. I really did not even know I was picking my own personal age of when I was kind of at the peak of my problems. I picked the 3 kids because I thought 2 wasn't enough to be able to really help people. Not that someone can't have 1 kid or 2 kids. It was just like, I feel like they need more, but I don't have 6 kids, so I don't know that I'm the right person to try and help them see what they would do in that sense. But I really thought I want to be able to help someone that has a toddler. I want to be able to help someone that has elementary school kids. I want to be able to help somebody with high school kids. And so that's why I picked those 3 ages. And then again, the chances of me finding someone out there that's actually 38, has 3 children, 3, 8, and 15, is not exactly what we're talking about here. But what we're talking about is putting together something that I know I can help that person. So, and her problem, that person that I put together, my avatar, was my problem, okay? Earlier I said I am an expert in being Shauna. So how would I be the best expert? Would be able to help somebody that's going through the same thing that I went through 10 years ago, and I found solutions because you know what? I've been there and I've done that. All right. So as you're going through, I hope that it helps answer your question, Lisa, but as you're going through this sheet, you're just going to answer the questions, starting in the middle. Just, what's their name? You can name them Sue. You can name them whatever. I just named mine Mom because I'm looking for a mom. Okay. And then just think about the other things. I promise this does not have to be perfect. Mine is all scribbly. You're just scribbling on here to try and get started to be thinking about who it is you're wanting to help. All right. So how to find your target market? So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. If you're still having a hard time figuring out who your target market is, and you can't figure out a name or an age or anything like that, I want you to get out your list. That list of 25 people that you should have put together if you're here in the 6 Squared Strategy. And if you haven't, I'm going to say step back and put down 25 people, all right? You're looking for that dream team. If you could choose 25 people in this world that you want to be able to help and serve, bring to Young Living, what are their names, and write them down. That doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to say, hey, I want to be on your team, but this is where you're going to start, okay? And then I want you to see what out of those 25, what these people have in common. Now, if you were to look at my list, 24 out of 25 are moms between the age of 25 and 55. Okay. And so that was a place for me to start because those are people that I think about. Another thing that I noticed is most of those people work. Okay. I was a working mom 10 years ago when I was 38 years old, had 3 children, and was trying to figure out how to do everything and be Superwoman, and found out there's no way unless you have the whole costume, and then people might think that you're Superwoman. But, trying to accomplish it, it's really hard. So mine again was moms 25 to 55 years of age that are worn out, overwhelmed, no energy, and financially drained. Those are the kind of people that I see on my list. Maybe you look at your list, depending on, your age and the people you're around, and you see millennials, somebody from the age of 22 to 37, finding their way in life. They're looking for what they need to do. They're struggling with bills. They dream of freedom to do the things they love and to serve others. All right. Or maybe your list is full of grandparents, 55 to 75 years of age, retired, poor health, lack of income to travel and enjoy life. All right. And so those are just some ideas of some different target markets, some different groups, and you could choose. If I was to look at this, I might say my avatar is grandma, 60 years of age. She's retired. She has issues with blood pressure and diabetes. She just doesn't have the income that she needs to be able to travel the world with her husband that she always dreamed of doing because of all these other issues that she has. She just wants to enjoy life. She's depressed. If I wrote all those things down, that would be a starting place. Okay? So I hope, again, that that's helping you guys. So then the next step after the customer avatar worksheet was to get clear. And this is really to help you get clear. And again, this is not about perfection. This is just writing notes down. But you're wanting to look at their pains and struggles. Okay? You want to look at the desires and the benefits they're looking for. And what are the words they use, their language, okay? So the language of a mom is going to be different than maybe a grandma. And the language of a millennial is going to be different than maybe someone that's middle-aged, okay? So we want to look at what they're looking for. Knowing this information, I'm going to say it again because I keep hearing it being said to me, is so important as we move forward. Okay, so now we're to market awareness. So we've gone through the who, how to target our market. What is market awareness? Well, I would say that this next topic has made it the biggest difference in my training to really understand where people are. Has anybody ever wondered why some people are ready to get started and others, someone can be sitting right next to them. So you've said the same story, you said same thing, you've passed the same oils around, whatever you've done it with both people. And you don't understand why one is enrolling and one isn't. Am I the only one to have that happen, or is there anybody else? I'm going to open up my chat so I can see it, guys. I would love to hear if you've ever experienced that like me. Okay, let me know. If you've ever experienced where one person says yes and another person right next to him says no, and you're like, man, I gave the best spell ever. Why is everybody not signing up at once, right? Yes, what's the deal, says Tina. Okay. Have you ever wondered why someone says no to you and then 6 months later you find out they said yes to somebody else? That ever happened? Let me know in the chat. Yes, aggravating. Anybody else? So it could be that the problem you were trying to solve wasn't their problem, okay? Or maybe you were talking to a certain type of person and that person didn't relate. Often we will try and include everyone so everybody feels it could be them, and we leave with nobody getting started because none of the people felt like that you were talking to them. All right. So the thing is here, we just need to be okay that not everyone is our perfect prospect, but everyone could be someone's perfect prospect. So letting go of that expectation that this person is for me and I am for them, a lot of times is going to help how we feel and as we move forward, okay? And I know it sounds kind of counterproductive to say not everyone is for me, but I will say as a physical therapist that this has really helped me just being in the field for 25 years. My husband and I both are physical therapists, and we are totally different pretty much in every way. One's male, one's female, right? We'll get started there, and everything else. We even do physical therapy differently. We went to different colleges, like everything's just different. And we had some patients that loved me, and we had some patients that loved my husband. All right. And that doesn't make him a better therapist, and it doesn't make me a better therapist. It makes us different. Okay. And our patients were different, and they needed somebody different. And that was okay. And there were times our patients needed to go see somebody else because we weren't able to meet their needs. I would say if you had a shoulder issue, my husband was the person to go see. I didn't care for shoulders. Shoulders are not my thing. But if you had a low back issue, I was your person. If you had a pelvic region issue, I was your person. And so knowing that, I know that when it comes to allergies, okay, and I'm not going to talk about oils and allergies, so I'm not being that way, but I just want to say if someone is needing sympathy or empathy, either way, when it comes to allergies have not been a big issue for me. So I'm probably not the person to serve the people that have a lot of problems like that, whether it's food allergies or allergies from outside. Now, I know lots of information about it, okay, but it's not something I've ever gone through. It's not something that I deal with on a monthly basis or a yearly basis or have dealt with every spring, okay? I have a few little issues here and there, but that's about it. But when it comes to living on the hormonal emotional roller coaster, I'm your girl, okay? So I just want to say that when we realize that, it's really going to help us be able to help more people, even though it seems counterproductive, I promise, all right? So what we're going to talk about right now is called the Market Awareness Triangle. And I want you to think about the fact that every person that you come into contact is going to fall into one of these parts of this triangle. Okay, so we're going to go over each area. And the first area is unaware. So the person who is completely unaware, they need your products. And if you are focused on just showing your products, you're never going to attract this person. Okay, you see this is the biggest area. This is where I would say probably a good 90%, maybe 85% of the people that are on your list that we talked about a few minutes ago, writing down 25 different names or 20 names or 15 or 10, whatever you have, a good 85 to 90% of them are unaware that they need your product. Now, you know they need your product, but they don't know it. They're unaware, okay? If we go up a step, problem aware, this is the person who has something that shakes them and they become aware of the problem, whatever it may be, okay? So their next step is looking for a solution. So now that they know that they have a problem, okay? Now it's amazing, there's people out there that have all kinds of problems, but they're just not even aware, okay? It's just not something that's on their radar right now. And so they will benefit from education and value on solutions for problems, even throwing out maybe what the symptoms are of those problems to kind of connect the dots for them, because again, they are just now becoming aware that they even have a problem. So they're going to be looking for that solution. And they may need a lot of education and it may take a lot of time, all right? The third is solution aware. These are the people that become aware of your solution. This is the sweet spot. This is actually the people that you're looking for. And like I was talking about a few minutes ago, sometimes these are the people that other people have been feeding and watering with their information, but because they didn't know at the time that they had a problem, or maybe they had a problem, but you just didn't quite connect the dots with them. They didn't know that there was a solution with oils or Young Living that would meet their actual problem. And then they meet someone, okay? And that person knows how they feel, talks about exactly what they can do, has the specific solution for the specific problem they have. And they're like, I am ready to sign the dot, okay? Or the line or whatever it is you say, right? This is the person that, when you're posting and you're inviting to classes and stuff, this is the person that is going to be ready to come right then because they know that you have a solution for them. Product aware, this is someone that's now open to listen to information on different products and opportunities that would help solve their problems. And then team member is at the top. So some people can start from unaware and get to team member really quick. They were unaware they had a problem, but you hit the problem right on the dot. You gave them a solution that fits their problem. You gave them the product that fits the solution that was for the problem, and they sign up. And other people, it can take years to go through this process. Okay? So I'm going to tell you you my own personal story. I'm going to go ahead and leave it right here because I'm going to walk you through these steps. All right. So my own story about 10 years ago or so. Okay. I had no idea that what I was doing was a problem or that I even had a specific problem. I was not open to hearing solutions or products because I was unaware that I had a problem. I may have even been rude to others who were trying to sell me oils or anything else, or a business opportunity, because I can tell you, I know there was a lot of people out there that did, and I hope I wasn't rude, but I didn't know I had a problem, and I didn't think I needed what they had for me. Okay. Now, problem aware. I did get to the problem aware, and how that happened is after I had my third miscarriage in a 10-year period, I knew something had to change. All right. I could not continue doing the same thing over and over and expect different results. We know that's insanity, and that's how I felt, insane. All right. I had become problem aware, but here's the thing. I had no idea of exactly what my problem was. I just knew I had a problem, but I didn't know what the problem was. And I didn't know what the solution was because I didn't really know what the problem was. But my eyes and ears were now open. I was ready to listen. I was ready to see. I was praying for a solution. All right. That's what brought me to Solution Aware. And what happened is I read an ad that said, "Are you living on the hormone emotional roller coaster?" And I was able to give my problem now a name and better understand that a solution may be out there, and that was hope. Okay. So because somebody had posted that or had done an ad on that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I've been on. I didn't even know there was such thing as a hormonal emotional roller coaster. But when I read that, like, it connected the dots with me so much that I knew exactly what was going on. Okay. So then I was product aware. I was opportunity aware. Okay. Now that I knew what my problem was, and then I was educated on different solutions, I became more open to what could solve my problems. Okay. So I was educated on diet, different foods, household cleaning products, makeup, and then even to essential oils and etc. Okay. But I was now where I was looking for things that were going to help make it easier for me because I knew what my problem was, and I knew now that there were solutions. And this is what led me to being a team member, okay? Because I knew, oh my goodness, if these right here can help me, then I need them. And I mean, it was like, I didn't know how I was going to find $150. It took me 3 months to do it. And after that, it never took me any time at all to have the money because I knew it was the answer to my problems, okay? Now, what I'm going to be having you guys do, I was going to say, for a team member, because people cared enough to share about the products and solutions available, I chose to get started with the products and then shared and began building a business that helped me help others solve their problems, and that had been affecting them too, okay? I did not feel sold when I went through that process. I felt served, okay? So here's the thing. People feel sold when they're on the unaware and you're trying to treat them like they're product aware, okay? And I just want you to know that because it's really important to know where people are at in this triangle to be able to help them. And arguing with someone that's unaware that they have a problem or telling someone that they have a problem when they are in denial that they have a problem is probably not going to get you very far, all right? So what this step C is, your market attraction story, is I have an assignment, and you guys, I have it on Facebook where you can print it off, and we can put it in the files and stuff too. But this is what's my market awareness story. And I want you to walk through the process just like I just walked you through my process of going through all those stages. I want you to be able to walk through your process because it's going to be more eye-opening and it's going to help you see where others are at. Okay? So what's my market awareness story? You're going to walk through the process, the unaware, the problem aware, the solution aware, the product opportunity aware, and team member, okay? So often the people on your 25 list are in the unaware category. I said that at the beginning, right? And this is why they're not signing up. It has nothing to do with you. So please don't take it personally because it's not you. It's just they're not where they need to be, okay? So here it is. I want you to go through your list of people, and I want you to write next to their name where you think they may be at in the market awareness triangle. This is going to be able to help you better know how you're going to set things up as we move forward. Okay, now that you better understand who your target market is, it's time to look at their specific pains, fears, struggles, and challenges. Remember, depending on where they are in the market awareness triangle, they may or may not realize they can benefit from what you have to offer, but everyone has problems. Our goal is to find their problems, okay? So after you finish that worksheet, you're going to move on to your REM worksheet, and you're going to be writing down this information here, the what, the pains, the struggles, and the challenges, okay? So this is step 2. Step 1 was your who, step 2 is the what. So I shared with you guys a little bit about my avatar, my 38-year-old female mom that has 3 children, right? Okay, so when I was writing down, I was looking at pains, fears, struggles, and challenges that this mom might have. And again, it's just things I've written down, kind of scribbled into my boxes, and I've typed them up here for you guys to kind of see. But here are some things, and I would love in the chat if you just shared with me if you've ever felt this way on anything I might say, okay? Have you ever felt like you're not enough? Or maybe the not enough to me was kind of mom guilt. And maybe you feel like you didn't have enough time. How about living on the hormonal emotional roller coaster? How about headaches and body aches? How about being exhausted? How about being overwhelmed? How about being overworked? How about underappreciated? How about doesn't feel as pretty as she used to? How about extra weight? How about afraid husband doesn't find her as attractive? Okay, so even if you're not 38, you may not even be a mom, you may not be married, you may not have 3 kids that age, there might be something that I said in there that you do have some connection with, all right? But the things that I was looking at and thinking about, Tina says, I think yes to almost all. Okay, Tina, we have a lot in common because that was me at 38, right? So, but how I found those is I was getting into how I felt when I was 38 or thinking of that person that I want to serve and that I can best serve, okay, and what that person is going through, all right? So that is step 2. Now, if you did relate to any of those, if you're like, maybe 1 or 2, it's okay. You're just not my, again, perfect prospect. But guess what? You're probably somebody else's, all right? Remember, our goal is to track those that we can serve best, and those I can serve best have felt these different struggles, all right? So now as we move into step 3, this is the how, all right? We want to think about how we can help. We want to write down solutions, how we can educate, how we can bring value to meet their pains, their fears, their struggles, their challenges. And then you're going to write this on the REM worksheet too, okay? So again, I'm just going to share mine because that's what I have put together, all right? So I was like, how can I help somebody that has all those different pains, fears, and struggles we were just talking about? Thank you, Katja. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Educate on emotion. So the emotion of not enough or the emotion of guilt, that's one thing I can do. That's something I would say I'm an expert at. I could educate on time management. Though I'm not perfect, I do seem to be pretty productive. I could do a Facebook Live on getting off the hormonal emotional roller coaster. I could educate on the top 10 causes of headaches and body aches. Again, none of this am I connecting Young Living or essential oils. This is just education, okay? Free handout on 10 ways to increase your energy today. All right. How about Facebook post on overwhelm? If anybody has read on my Facebook the last maybe day or maybe even 2, I've used the word overwhelm because I have felt that before, and it's one of those feelings that wants to come up on a consistent basis. And it's one of those things I'm actually feeling like I am beginning to understand and be able to take care of on a quicker basis than I used to be able to. Okay. Webinar working from home, network marketing, Facebook Live on helping others and or gratitude, Facebook Live on Savvy Minerals, educate on nutrition and weight management, Ningxia Red products, easy nutrition solution, webinar on cellular energy, Lucy libido class. Now, I'm just going to show you how these go together. The pains I said on the left earlier, same ones I showed you. These aren't anything new, okay? And then I matched them up on the right with a solution that I feel that I am an expert at, okay? And expert just means I have either experienced it or I have knowledge on it, or even better when you have both, all right? So I hope this is helping you guys to be able to see each step that you're going to do, all right? So the next step that we're going to go over is step 4. These are the benefits. These are the desires, the wants, the dreams that that person, right, that you need to have, because if you don't have a person that you're looking at, then how do you know what their wants, their desires, and their dreams are, right? Okay, so I have put together, again, this is from my work that I did on my Clear and my avatar. So some of the benefits, she wants to, or I should say her desires, she wants to give the best of herself to her family, okay? She wants more time to do what she loves. She wants balanced hormones, and so does her family. She wants to be happy. She wants to feel good. She wants to be energized. She wants to be relaxed. She wants to have a 6-figure income. She wants to have more energy to enjoy her kids. She wants to have that pre-baby body back. She wants to ignite the passion with her hubby, okay? So these are some things that, again, when I just looked at the different problems, I was able to put those together, okay? Now, now that you know who you're writing your message to, what their pains and struggles and their challenges are, and how you can help solve their problems, and what results they can get from your offer, it's time to have a call to action. I will say this is an area I have been guilty not to have, because I didn't know I was trying to post things that was necessarily going to make people think that I had a solution for them. I just was trying to sell them, right, instead of market to them. Let me get a drink real quick. All right. So we always want to have a call to action. What it is we want them to do and what they're going to get in return. Okay. So it's important to let them know, and the easier it is for them to do that, the better. Okay. So some of the call to action. So this is step number 5, call to action. Could be inviting them to a webinar. It could be just comment below. It could be a curiosity call. It could be a survey. It could be a coaching call. It could be enroll now, depending where they're at. It could be just a comment. It could offer something for free. Okay. So what you're going to do is tell them what you want them to do and what they're going to receive from commenting or doing whatever you're asking them to do. All right. Now, we didn't talk a whole lot about this last week, but I did give you in Module 1 the headline swipe. So I'm going to talk a little bit of how you're going to bring that in, but you have that from Module 1. So writing a headline for your RIM, remember your reverse invite message. If you get good at this, it's going to help you attract people. Okay, you're going to use this for your Facebook posts, your Facebook Lives, if you end up doing Facebook ads as we move forward. Okay. Lisa says, you're going fast, LOL. Is all of this on the worksheet? Yes. Everything that we went through, and I'm sharing right now, this is from last week's worksheet. Okay, Lisa? So, how to blank without blank. So I'm just going to help you guys a little bit see, depending on who your avatar is, what their problem is, what your solution is for them, and what they're wanting is going to help you fill in these blanks. Okay, and again, like I said, I gave you a whole bunch of different, a whole swipe, headline swipe handout last week that's going to give you other ideas. This is just one idea. How to blank without blank. So here's an example. How ordinary moms, okay, are living extraordinary lives without mom guilt. Okay, that could be one of my titles. How moms are living their dreams while serving others without going into debt. Okay, how about, I was talking earlier about maybe if someone's was a millennial, how millennials are living out their dreams without living in mom and dad's basement. All right, how about how college students are paying for college without going into debt. Or how about how baby boomers are retiring and traveling the world without a huge retirement fund? Okay, so those are some examples. And I wanted to share that before I shared with you my personal RIM that I put together. Now, what I want to tell you guys is this is not about perfection, okay? This is about getting it done and then continue to learn and change and grow with it. So I have written this probably, I don't know, 10 to 12 times since I first shared it in my training class that I went through in February, okay? I still haven't gone over this one with Sunshine. So her as my accountability partner, her and I this next week will be going through this. And I will see if there's other things I can tweak. But this isn't about perfection. This is about putting something together. And you're going to walk through all of these on your RIM worksheet. So Lisa, this is all in that worksheet. It's going to walk you through. But if you haven't done this, and you haven't done this from Module 1, it's going to be really hard to do your RIM. So do those first, and then come back to Module 2 to do your RIM, okay? So I'm going to just read this real quick. My RIM, this would be something I could post. It's not going to have the 2, 3, 4, 5. Paula said, I can't see what you just showed. Paula, these are just sheets from Module 1. Okay, so I gave out a whole bunch, I shared a whole bunch of handouts with. Those are the 2 that you need to do and go over with your accountability partner to be able to do Module 2 that we are going over right now. All right, so again, the RIM that you're going to write up isn't going to have the little numbers to the side, but I wanted you to see. Is that the clear sheet and the avatar sheet? Yes, Lisa, that is correct. The clear sheet, I think, is 4 pages. 4 pages long, and the customer avatar sheet is 1. All right. So my RIM is how working moms can have more energy and less mom guilt. Okay. So I was really struggling to get up in the morning and was exhausted by noon. Not only did I not feel like playing with my kids in the evening, but I was so exhausted after working all day that I found myself lying on the couch with mom guilt for being so worn out and having nothing more to give. So if you can see those right there is where I am sharing my pain. This is where I was at. This was my pain. I even put what I tried. I tried getting more sleep at night. I tried working less. I tried working out more, but nothing seemed to be working. Then I followed some simple solutions and made a few changes by adding real food and removing toxins from my home, and my energy increased. Okay, so I shared here a couple of little solutions that I did. Number 4 is I was now getting up in the morning and ready to go, going strong all day long. And the best part was no more mom guilt because I now had time back with my kids. Now, if you went through my list of all my pains and struggles and my desires and stuff, you're going to see how I've put those in there. Okay. So the last part is I say, hey, mom, if you have ever felt like I did and you're ready to have more energy and more time to do the things that you love to do, let me know by commenting me or send me a personal message. I'm happy to share my free handout with you called 10 Ways to Increase Your Energy Today. Okay, so my call to action is telling them exactly what they need to do, which is just comment, either me or they can personally message me, and that I'm going to send them a handout that has 10 ways to increase their energy today. Okay, and this is not going to necessarily have anything to do with the essential oils and stuff. This is just something free to help them. It may have something about the oils. One of them might have that. What I'm doing here again is not having Young Living and Essential Oils on my Facebook post or my Facebook Live if I was to read this out loud, or if this was an ad. This is to help serve people where they're at. And then as I move forward, and what you're going to learn in the next couple of weeks is how we're going to bring that into our Young Living business. Okay. Paula, is that found on the Beta Facebook group? Yes. Last week we had posted that. I'm pretty sure it's in the units, but I can check at the end to make sure that it is under the unit for Module 1. And then I just posted today. Lisa, is this on personal or business page? So Lisa, this is going to depend on how you want to use this specific one. For me, I would definitely feel comfortable posting this on my personal page. I would feel comfortable posting this on my business page. But this would probably be a really good one to do on my business page and then share it on my personal page. So it's getting both, because that's something you're not going to do all the time, but part of the time. And they're going to see that I am a working mom and that I have less guilt if they're watching both sides. Okay? So a little review here. As you do the reverse invite formula, you get good at this, you're going to attract people. Okay? This is what the attraction marketing is about. Number one, you need to know who. Your target market, your avatar, your client, the person you're going to serve, whatever you want to call them, okay? Your peep, your person, all right? Two, you're going to go through the RIM worksheet, okay? The reverse invite message worksheet, and you're going to write down the pains, the fears, the challenges, the struggles of that ideal person, that prospect that you are looking for, okay? They're going to match up with the avatar you chose, okay? So you're not going to choose a mom and then have all the pains and stuff of a dad, okay? You're not going to choose a 22-year-old that, you know, has the perfect body and is doing all the things and have all the pains and struggles of a 40-year-old, okay? You want them to match up. Number three, the how. How you're going to help them with a solution, education, or value you have to offer, okay? In my case, in that room that you saw, I'm offering a worksheet, a handout that has 10 ways that they can increase their energy, okay? What they may have tried, what they can do with your help. So in that how, I kind of specifically said 3 different things that I had tried, and it wasn't the things that was my solution, but I did share some of my solution on there too, okay? Step number 4, the benefit. So what are they going to get by taking action, okay? So I shared on mine that what I got was I was now able to get up in the morning ready to go. I was going strong all day. The best part, I had no mom guilt, and I had the time back with my kids, okay? So those were what I had. Now, you're going to talk about the results, desires, and wants that you've written down on your RIM sheet. And then the call to action, the last step again, is what specifically you want them to do and what will they get when they do it, all right? So your assignments, make sure that you have completed, I know y'all have heard me say this more than once, your customer avatar worksheet and your Get Clear worksheet for Module 1 before doing these assignments, okay? Assignment number 1 for Module 2 is the market awareness. This is your story. You're going to walk through the process of that triangle, okay? And then assignment number 2 is to walk through a RIM just like I did with you. I even have the example on the RIM worksheet of where I did it so that you could see, okay? I didn't share all the problems and all that because I want you guys to come up with your own pains, problems, and struggles. And I want you to come up with your solutions that you have to help them and the desires, all right? This is also something good to have that conversation back and forth with your accountability partner when you don't know. And if you don't know what their problems are, they may not be the person you're ready to serve. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can get out of here with my wonderful computer issues I've had tonight. See if I can stop sharing and see any of you. And Sunshine, if you can unmute. I don't know. There you guys are. Don't know if y'all can see me.
What can I help you with?
You doing some shoe shopping, girl?
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
yes,
Greg's leaving for Minnesota.
Yes, we're about to be done. So if you can just unmute everybody. And now all of a sudden I have video again. I don't know why.
Okay, everyone is unmuted.
Okay, I would love to take any questions.
Mute yourself.
Yeah, you can mute yourself if you want to mute yourself. I would just love to hear if anybody has any questions, any comments, if they feel like this brought them a little bit more clarity on where we're moving forward with.
I think it's going to be awesome. Unfortunately, I'm a little behind, but I will definitely be studying up on all this and getting with my accountability partner. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this, Shauna.
You're welcome. You know what? I went through this pretty quickly, but I'm still working on it, and I started in February. So just know I'm giving you guys the information. I just really have found that if you try skipping parts and just getting up to where we are right now, it's not going to help you be able to help others. So really just make sure you know that you can do module 1. When you're done with it, you'll do module 2. You have the information, you have the worksheets.
Okay.
All right?
I was confused. With what you would put on your personal page and what you would put on your business page. And are you not at all putting Young Living products on your business page?
Right. So, Lisa, that's really going to depend on what your personal business page is going to look like. Okay. So it depends again on the type of person that you are trying to attract. But I want you to remember, if you are trying to attract people that are not already into oils, if all you're doing is posting oil stuff on there, you're probably not going to attract a person that's not into oils. Okay. Now, does that mean you can't ever bring up oils? No, but you're wanting to solve a problem when you do. Okay. So I'm just going to use the example of if I was wanting to help on my business page, this wouldn't be my personal, but on my business page, if I was thinking about moms that are feeling overwhelmed, okay, I might post something on there about how to 3 steps to feeling less overwhelmed by doing this one thing. Okay, and that might just have some information about that, and then I might do a Facebook Live on Wednesday, and I might bring out I don't have the oil right here, but the oil for overwhelm I know well is myrrh, and so I might do a little bit about how you can use affirmations, and you can use an essential oil like myrrh to help you with overwhelm. Okay, so I have connected the dots for them, but the way that I may have put that, I'm going to call it an ad, how I've put that information out there and ask people if they're interested is by having the word overwhelm being my topic. Does that help a little bit, Lisa? I'm losing people again. And again, when it comes to personal page, your personal page is more about you. Your business page is going to be more about how you're serving others. Okay.
How about an example of how you use your brand on your personal page?
Okay, your brand is who you are. So I'm going to move my head. I don't know if you can see back behind me. Actually, let me just grab, well, still don't know if you can see it. I have on there where I have what I call my 6 values. And it has on here faith, family, health, leadership, helping others, and living your dreams. Okay, if you have followed me on my personal Facebook page, you will know that I talk about faith. Okay, I share a lot about my family. I'm currently sharing a lot about living your dreams. If I show anything about Young Living, it's typically maybe like the Brandon Barber thing that we did as a leader. I might have pictures of me up on stage doing that. But you won't see a whole lot of stuff about Young Living specifically. On my personal page, I am not probably going to have a bottle of peppermint unless it's out and I'm using it. Okay? So those are my values for my personal page. Health is part of that, but it's me living my healthy lifestyle. So I might show some healthy food and stuff. I might have, if I was using, my Vitality peppermint in a recipe, I might show that, but I'm not targeting the peppermint essential oil. The whole part of that is the recipe itself. Okay. When it comes to having a brand for your business page, which I am still in the works on too, is mine is E3 Health. It's about educating, empowering, and enjoying life. And again, that's my target market is that woman that I was telling you, which I realized is me 10 years ago. Okay. So the person that when I am posting things, I am thinking of that mom and how I can help that mom. Okay. So Beth has asked a question. Let me see. Do you have any suggestions for someone who is wanting to target people who are different in circumstances from you? For example, I'm single, never married, with no children, but I am more inclined to target homeschool moms because my market of homeschool moms is vastly bigger than my market of singles with no children. While there's still some similarities, I don't have personal stories about being a mom or my kids, so I can't share personal experiences. Beth, I'm going to disagree that you can't share personal experiences. Just a second. So, Beth, were you homeschooled? Did you have a mom that homeschooled you? Okay. Did you see her pains and her struggles, her challenges, and those types of things? If so, you may see it from a different perspective, but you still know what those are. So your avatar, okay, filling out this sheet here, you're going to choose, and you may be thinking, man, I remember when I was 12 and my mom, my goodness, the challenges she had with me and my siblings, and you're going to write those down. And your avatar may be personally your mom, okay? Now, if you weren't homeschooled, you didn't have a mom, and you never saw those challenges and stuff, then you're going to want to be going out and interviewing if that's really the target that you're wanting to help serve. Okay, but you have to know that you have some experience and some ways to help them, maybe from a different perspective. So, you know, that's just a thought to kind of think about, but just know you can. Adam Green, his avatar, okay, was females, and he wasn't a female. Okay, they were older than him. I think he said usually his target, I think, was about 10 years older than him. But guess what? He had a mom, okay? I think he even had maybe some sisters, and he knew the pains and stuff that they had, and he spoke to their pains and their challenges from his side of things. The 12 by 6 by 2, do we do that on our personal page and our business page? So that can be, if you think about for the week, I want to do 20 posts, you can decide how many posts you want to do on your business page and how many on your personal, all right? You can do both, but I would start with, if I'm thinking 10, 20, however many posts, and divide them up. All right? And again, those are just different ideas. And the same thing, you could do, decide I'm going to do 10 different posts. If that was the case on both of those, then it would be 6, 3, and 1. Okay? All right. Anybody else have any questions before we get off of here? All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate, I'm sorry all the trouble I had with my computer. It appears to be working now, which has been the problem. I never know when it's going to decide to not be my friend. And tonight at 6:50 is when it decided to do that. Lisa, you're so welcome. Virginia, you're welcome. I appreciate it, guys. I know Monday nights can kind of be difficult after the weekend, but I really enjoy having time to spend with you guys. So I will see you next Monday, 7 o'clock, right here, and we'll do it again. Talk to you soon. Bye.